I used to work a help desk phone line for a local computer reseller, supporting our customers, but we also took call-ins on a billable basis. One day I received a call from a client looking for a technical company. They needed someone to repossess their leased computer equipment from a customer that had defaulted on their payments. I bumped it up to my boss. A few days later, me and another tech were given a contact phone number for our client and told to contact her. I did, and she explained they'd be faxing over a list of serial numbers and non-serialized items to repossess. Their customer had been served the notice of repossession, but apparently didn't take it seriously. She told me their receptionist blew cigarette smoke in the face of the deputy sheriff who had served them, and if they give me any grief, don't press the issue. So me, scrawny four-eyed tech guy, and another field guy, even scrawnier four-eyed tech guy, go to the address, tell the receptionist, who was about a gazillion years old, with a cigarette in her mouth and an ashtray on her desk overflowing with butts, we were there to reclaim equipment subject to a court order. She told us to F off. I told her the company was in violation of a court order. She said she didn't care. Me and scrawny tech left and I told our contact what had happened. "Those assholes," she replied, then told me I did the right thing and they'd hear from us again. I passed the info on to my boss. About a week later, my boss told me to contact our customer and she worked with us to schedule me and some people to head back down to Deadbeat Company. We'd have 2 deputies with us and they were ready to arrest anyone who gave us trouble. She also explained that, when the president of Deadbeat Company was called back into the courtroom, he complained we didn't have the ability to carry the stuff out of their office, a lie. The judge told him we could carry it to the elevator and drop it down the shaft if we wanted to, then gave him 3 days for contempt of court. I showed up, not with scrawnier tech, but with 2 delivery guys. They were big, ugly, straight from the hood, and couldn't get a security clearance for deliveries and installs to our federal customers. Perfect. 2 deputies were waiting for us at the site. I introduced myself and our delivery guys, and the senior deputy, who looked and sounded like a Marine Corps DI, announced to the office no one was to give us trouble before telling us to get to work. My guys took their lists and headed out into the office to start grabbing stuff. I noticed a woman was banging on the 220V plug for a big VX-looking thing. I looked at our list and it was something we were to repo that we weren't ready for, so I moved over, twisted the plug and unplugged it, then called our contact. "Oh yeah, forgot to tell you how big that was. Can you do something to disable it? Don't break it, but remove the memory or something." I told her I could probably figure something out before hanging up, and I started opening panels. I found the drives and realized taking those would be perfect, so I started yanking them when someone who I suspect was the freshly out of jail for contempt president came running toward me screaming something. I think he used the word data. A deputy was there before I could blink, pepper spray in hand, and he told the dude to sit down before he gets arrested. He looked at the pepper spray, then their holstered guns, the deputies were on duty after all, and went back into his office. Now, not everything in that office was on the list to be seized, but everything was from the same manufacturer, Compaq, so it was possible to grab desktop S/NXYZ, and while the computer next to this one wasn't on our list, we needed the keyboard. So I'll take that KB and oh yeah, the mouse to this one over here, and hey, that monitor is on the list. Yoink. My friends, I unleashed my inner asshole that day. While my assistants were already assholes and were having as much fun as I. Years of dealing with jerk clients came out and these guys paid for it. Plugs were pulled willy-nilly. Printers picked up in the middle of print jobs. We grabbed a couple of staplers just because, and I don't think we left a pen in that office. Later I found out both of my guys had grabbed coffee mugs with a company logo on it. I wished I had thought of that. Only one person complained when her KB was yanked off her desk. Deputy DI told her, "This is fucking serious, lady. Now sit down and shut up before you regret it." Soon we had just a few items still on our list and we turned to the president's office. The deputies knocked to no answer even though we saw the guy go in. Then the deputy DI used his DI voice and got the door open without resorting to violence. I yanked the plug on the desktop before checking the serial number and oops, sorry about that. It's not a laptop. I asked the president where the laptop was. He said he didn't know. I looked at the deputy and he said to go ahead and look wherever I needed to. My assistants looked like bulls who had seen red when the president jumped up and told us we couldn't go into his desk. Remember how The last time the president tried to stop me from doing something and had pepper spray pulled on him. This time Deputy DI didn't draw his pepper spray. He drew his taser. I figure that deputy was the guy who had had smoke blown in his face and he was tired of this BS. "Where's the mother-loving laptop?" he demanded. The president pointed at a closet. One of my guys went in there and pulled a laptop from it. Checked the S/N and it was ours. While big and ugly, he wasn't dumb. "Where's the power supply?" he asked. The president pointed under his desk and the other guy retrieved it. We grabbed a printer and the monitor from that office before deciding we had grabbed everything we needed. I later heard one of my guys had grabbed something kind of valuable off the president's desk, right in front of two deputies. I never found out exactly what it was, but you gotta be impressed. Rumor was he pawned it for over $200. We returned to the office and delivered the stuff to our receiving and shipping department, where it would be boxed up for delivery to the client's address, and went to my boss's office. We called the contact on speakerphone to give her a report. She thanked us profusely, and chuckled when I told her the president had pepper spray pulled on him, and guffawed when told he had a taser drawn on him too. After hanging up, my boss asked me how it was, and I told him the truth. "Man, that was a lot of fun.